What is going on, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome to the Slightly Biased NFL podcast. I am your host, Connolly, joined as always by my co-host, Brett. Brett, how's it going, buddy?
Yo. What up, brother? How are we today?
We're doing just fine. Back in the lab. It's Tuesday. Busy week of podding coming up.
Of course, always.
Oh, I do have a show update, actually.
Okay.
So I had to switch platforms for our. I had to switch hosting platforms for our website. It's just some back-end stuff. I have to upload to an RSS hosting website. It uploads to Spotify, iTunes, all that. I switched hosting platforms because honestly, I did a really shit job researching, and I guess I signed up for a really shit one originally. So I switched. So right now, there's only one episode up on Spotify, but that's going to change and all that.
Okay.
Just a minor detail. It won't really affect anything, but
Yeah,
just let everyone know if there's missing episodes. That's why.
Yeah, and I wanted to say that we're definitely, getting feedback from all y'all, and we got a lot of shit that we're scheming on for the future, and so we're definitely taking all that into account. We're trying to get better every episode. So
yeah, keep in mind we're only like a month into this.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting better as time goes on. We will get better.
And we got a lot of things. We got to be like the youngest in the game too, right? Like,
I mean, up there. We're scheming on some stuff too.
Right.
So it's an exciting time here at the pod, and it's exciting time in the NFL season. Oh, you like that transition?
Oh, I do.
That was clean.
It was.
We're a week away from the trade deadline too.
Oh.
So that's something to keep an eye on. We had a big trade this morning.
Big trade this morning. Yep.
Second rounder. I was shocked that that Mohamed Sanu got a second rounder.
Yeah, maybe the Falcons were just saying if y'all want him that bad, this is what it's going to cost, and we're not going to budge because we don't need a trade at all. So,
well, a Patriots second rounder is pretty much a third rounder because you're going to get one of the bottom two picks.
Right, and the Patriots are going to draft well regardless, so they're probably they're going all in. Tom Brady's going.
Well, the Patriots really aren't that great of a drafting team, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they find talent in multitudes of ways. So
yeah, I think their thing is they bring in guys who are kind of undervalued elsewhere and turn them into key players.
Right, but I still think that's he's probably going to be their top receiver. I mean,
yeah, I mean, yeah,
I'm
excited to see him kind of
that'll be good
in that role. But I'm just kind of shocked. Like Marcus Peters got a 5th round pick and Mohamed Sanu a 2nd.
Yeah, man, NFL trades are weird with
they really are weird.
Value and stuff.
Certain teams value picks way more than other teams. It's strange.
Yeah.
So let's get into the games this past week 7 of the NFL season. Full disclosure, I went 7 of 7 on picks. Brett went 8 of 6. Congratulations.
You went 7-7?
Yeah.
Okay. 8-6, yeah. Another decent week for me, and obviously
this was a tough week.
Yeah, and
this was a tough week.
My Thursday risk turned out to be pretty ridiculous. So
that was one of the worst picks you ever made, but it's okay because I easily had the worst pick I've ever made this week. But we're going to talk about it right now. Let's get into that Thursday night game. The Chiefs embarrassed the Broncos in Denver 30-6. Go ahead and tell me, your rationale and what you thought might have happened in this game.
I thought the Broncos were going to run all over this defense, but the defense kind of showed up.
Yeah.
They got after Flacco all night, and even when the game first started, the Broncos started with a pretty nice drive.
Yeah.
And I was feeling decent about it. For some reason, they decided to go for 2 and just get stuffed. So pretty much from there, it was a slaughter.
I hate to do that.
Yeah, there was a horrible fake punt play.
Oh.
That was a disaster.
The fuck was that?
Like I said, Flacco got sacked 8 times.
He looks horrible.
Yeah. Kansas City, they looked motivated to kind of just destroy this team because I think people were saying, oh, maybe they're not as good as people thought, blah, blah. And even with Patty going down, I think Matt Moore looked okay.
Yeah, I think that they're going to be fine with him.
I think they'll be okay. They got a couple of tough weeks coming up with Green Bay and Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. So Broncos scored fewer than 25 points in 16 straight games. So the offense is just not there. Yeah, like I said, Kansas City, a couple interesting games coming up with Matt Moore. We'll see if they can kind of survive that. It didn't seem like Patty's injury is too serious, looking like 3, maybe 4 weeks.
Yeah, I've seen some dumb shit out of the Chiefs camp though.
As far as like,
I think it was don't rule him out yet for Minnesota, which would
oh,
be
okay.
2 weeks.
No, yeah, but
But
I mean,
but
Andy Reid even said it was a stretch that he'd play.
yeah, he shouldn't be playing. They should honestly. This is your franchise quarterback we're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah, and the AFC at the top is looking a little more tough though. So it's
Well,
not. I
yeah, but
don't
that division though is just looking like a cakewalk
right,
for.
but I don't think it's quite a lock that it's Kansas City, New England, and at the AFC Championship as maybe we thought. At the beginning of the season.
No, yeah, I'd agree with that.
So other than that, Denver, a team that we thought was kind of gonna be fighting in some games and kind of on the improvement side of things, just took a big step back, and this was a really horrible game to go back and watch.
Yeah, it was. Ugh. Honestly, the best play all night for the Broncos was Patrick Mahomes having to leave the game.
But even then, it's not like it turned the game around or anything.
Well, the
Because
score
after
was 10-6 when
yeah,
Patrick leaves the game. If
yeah,
you're
so
the
they
Broncos, I mean, obviously you don't cheer for an injury or anything like that, but if you're the Broncos, you're thinking, okay, oh my God, Matt Moore's in the game. This is our chance. This is our chance to go 3-4 and
yeah,
be right in the thick of things, especially with Patrick Mahomes hurt. And my God, I mean, that's just one of the most embarrassing performances I've ever seen, I think, from an
right.
offense at least. It's so funny. Troy Aikman was talking shit about this offense. He had this game, and then he had what was the other game that he had?
One of the 12 o'clock games. I can't remember which one. Right.
Oh my God, what was it? Well, I'm fucking blanking, but he was just destroying. Wow, I sound like a dumbass right now. Anyways, I'll think of it in a second. Oh no, it was the Saints Bears game. Saints Bears game, and he was just shitting on Mitchell Trubisky all game. From having to watch Joe Flacco to having to watch Mitchell Trubisky, dude. I have been a defender of Joe Flacco on this show many a times,
Yeah.
saying that I don't think he was the issue. Holy shit, he's horrible.
Yeah. I mean, the O line was getting destroyed too.
Yeah, but dude, he is a statue in the
Yeah.
backfield. He is a statue. He
Right.
doesn't move.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't leave the pocket and scramble. He doesn't even step up in the pocket. He's a guaranteed sack if any pressure gets back there.
Yeah.
And I don't think really he was pressured 18 times and he got sacked on eight of those pressures. That's horrendous.
Yeah.
That's absolutely horrendous. 3 for 10 for 18 yards under pressure. 1.8 yards per attempt. Good God. This offense is anemic. It's fucking disgusting to watch.
He had a couple decent throws to Sutton though, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, he had that one nice throw up the sideline that
But
went through a double team.
yeah,
It was
I
like a
will
40
say
yard gain.
though, and I was going to talk about this when we get to the Chargers too. Like the way the NFL is getting, like these non-mobile quarterbacks is just not the wave.
No, it's
You
not.
got to have a mobile quarterback that can at least run a little bit.
Yeah, extend plays a tiny bit because
Right.
pass rushers just seems like pass rushers are getting better and better and better. They're
Right.
just
And there's
evolving.
only like a few really good O lines out there.
Yeah, and the Broncos are not one of them.
Absolutely not.
That was such an ugly game to watch, dude. It was a short run, throwaway, penalty on Kansas City, first down for Broncos. That's how they got almost all their first downs. Dump off, short run, sack,
Right.
shanked punt.
And
There's
it
like
kind of
8 shanked punts.
and every week it sounds like we're talking about these horrendous Thursday and Monday games.
I know. Oh,
Like
God.
every once in a while you
Well,
get a
there's a,
decent
there's
one,
a,
but
there was like a 2 week stretch of good Thursday night games,
yeah.
and then it was the Giants and Patriots, and then it just went to shit, and we'll continue going to shit. Because who is it this week? I think it's the Vikings.
Redskins.
Oh yeah, Vikings Redskins without Adam Thielen.
Ugh.
That'll be a fun one. But yeah, horrible game to watch. Broncos, they're done.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Emmanuel Sanders is on a new team by next Tuesday. Chris
Well,
Harris
because
too.
you remember we were talking about it was like, is this team gonna try and do something with this roster? Are they gonna blow it up? And we might be looking at a explosion here.
Oh yeah, this team's getting blown up.
I mean,
Uh,
can you trade Von Miller? Is that a?
if I get something that blows my doors off, I'm taking it if I'm them.
I mean, do the Cowboys go get him? Like shit, little
Uh,
edge
I
pass
don't know.
rusher.
I don't know. I hadn't even thought about that, but if I mean, the asking price, if I'm the Broncos and I'm considering trading Von Miller, is going to be really high. So I doubt anyone would bite. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm definitely listening to everybody. I don't think there's a single player on this team you'd say is untouchable. I
Right.
mean, if someone asked for or Joe Flacco, some desperate ass team asked for Joe Flacco, I'm taking it. This team looks horrible, man. Oh, and I feel bad too because we were really defending them for a while.
Yep.
But that 30-6 is
That was hard to defend right
yeah,
there.
you can't defend that.
Yeah.
Disgusting game. All right, let's move on to easily the worst pick I have ever made on this show. The Rams decimate the Falcons 37-10. The Falcons moved to 1-5.
Yeah, I had a feeling this game was a game for the Rams to kind of get back on track. The offense really didn't look all that great though. Gurley
1-6. Sorry, they're 1-6.
Yeah, Gurley 18 carries for 41 yards. They haven't had a 100-yard rusher all season.
Yeah.
Goff 61% completion percentage, 63.4 QBR. The bright side though, the defense, man, was relentless.
Yeah.
And they were after Matt Ryan all day. They even put him out of the game towards the end, sacked him 5 times. The defense had 8 tackles for loss total in the game. And Dante Fowler, man, was just all over this game. Him and Aaron Donald completely dominated.
Yep.
Fowler had 3 of the 5 sacks, 4 of the tackles for losses. He had a pass deflection. The defense forced 3 turnovers, and they could have had 2 more fumbles, and the Falcons got really lucky. They recovered 2 of them. I will say I thought the Freeman ejection was kind of weird. I don't really know how you're supposed to react when a guy's like physically picking you up, and like Freeman kind of went for a punch, but he didn't even like hit him. I thought that was kind of a weak ejection.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
But I think Ramsey's a really good addition to this team. It kind of brings some more edge, to that secondary. And we talked about how we thought Peters was playing really well, but I think it's just kind of like that extra personality and attitude that kind of adds to that. And I like what I'm seeing from the Rams. I mean, I didn't want to count them out, and that's why I was giving them the benefit of the doubt, these last couple weeks. And if they could figure out, some things on offense, man, I mean, this should still be a team that can cause some problems closer to playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Obviously, I'm not going to go too hard on the Rams because they just won by 27 points. But
I mean, the Falcons look like one of the worst teams in the league. Like, we can call it what it is.
I mean, especially defensively. So anything that an offense does against the Rams, I'm almost the Falcons. I'm almost discrediting like they were playing the Redskins or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the defense though.
Defense played really well.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that getting Jalen Ramsey would help is more coverage, better coverage would give your linemen more time to rush the passer, and you'd benefit from more coverage sacks. So you could see the benefits. Honest to God, though, I didn't think Ramsey played that great of a game. I thought Julio was doing just fine against them.
But that is Julio.
Yeah, that's true.
And Ramsey had some good moments on him where he was kind of like had to play and would talk his shit and.
Yeah, I also saw him talking shit on overthrows where Julio was wide open. It was just like, all right. But honestly, I'm excited to see Ramsey because he has missed I don't know how many ever weeks in a row.
He just seems like a bigger market player. Like I think it's a better spot for him.
Yeah, for sure. I honestly still question that move as a whole though because
no, for sure.
He's gonna be making top quarterback money next year.
Really upgrade. Like we saw Peters and what he did this week.
And their cap situation is gonna be disgusting moving forward.
Yeah, they got a lot of people to pay.
Yeah, well, and they have a ton of money wrapped up in like 5 or 6 players: Brandon Cooks, Goff, Gurley, Donald, now Jalen Ramsey. Like, I don't know. This team needs a lot of improvements, especially in the O line. But I think Goff was okay. I mean, kind of honestly not that great.
Not looking like the money that they paid for him. And
Goff.
And we talked about how they just totally fucked the market with these Goff and Gurley contracts.
Yeah, and Gurley looks bad still. I thought he looked bad on Sunday. He had that really nice catch. That was a nice catch and a nice throw on that touchdown.
100%
connected on that. That was a nice play.
Yep.
But this team ran for 2.6 yards per carry. Not good. Under 100 yards on 35 attempts. That's horrible.
Yep.
4th time being held under 100 rushing yards this season. They only had 5 of those games all of last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've talked about over and over how if they're not running the ball or not getting Gurley involved, this is a completely different offense. I have found it interesting though that they are targeting Gerald Everett a ton lately. So
Yeah,
I'm honestly wondering if that's kind of the next solution for them is kind of replacing what Gurley did in that passing offense with a tight end.
yeah,
Because he
yeah,
had a combined 6 targets in his first 3 games. Since then, 7 targets, 10 targets, 5 targets, 9 targets.
yeah.
And he averaged 3 targets all last season.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
he's a pretty solid tight end.
yeah. And I mean, it's obviously something they're trying to do. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but something they're trying to do. On the Falcons side, just a complete and utter failure in every facet of the game this week.
And most weeks this whole season.
Most weeks this whole
Yeah,
entire season.
yeah,
Matt Ryan, God
I,
bless his heart, man.
yeah, yeah. That limp looked pretty bad when he was leaving.
That limp looked bad,
So
and man,
hope he's okay, but
he's running for his fucking life out there.
right, and barely running as that
Yeah.
goes.
And I mean, I don't want to give him too much of a pass because he really didn't play that well. Anytime a screen pass gets picked off, you know something is going terribly wrong in your offense.
I think again, like I said, it's just I think the NFL is kind of moving away from these pure pocket passers and more to these mobile quarterbacks that can do a little bit more for you.
Yeah,
As I
100%.
feel, that's why I feel a little bit better about Dak moving forward too. Like,
Well, especially if you have a shit O line, you
yeah,
got to be able to at least move around.
yep,
Defense, Jesus Christ, they're horrible.
yep.
No sacks, generated almost no pressure. They just can't get off the field. Rams went 50% on third down. They lost a time of possession battle 2-1. And
Yeah.
then that fake punt. How do you give that up?
Yeah,
The Rams audibled. Heckler ran up to the line, and you don't even move a muscle. You don't say, "Hey guys, some shit might be up. Let's call timeout or something."
right. And that's on the coaching there. It's like
Yeah, Dan
you
Quinn.
gotta have some kind of thing prepared for fakes and stuff like that. And that's why a lot of times you don't see it work is because teams do have that kind of secondary, coverage option when teams go to fakes.
Right. Well, teams with competent coaching.
Right.
Yeah, Dan Quinn's got to go. It's week 8 now. How many weeks in a row have I been saying that?
At
Every
least
week,
four
I
or
think.
five. Yeah. Yeah. Since the show
And man,
started.
the stadium was literally there was maybe 1,000 people left in that stadium with 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, sad sight. All right, what the fuck was I thinking? In my defense, I did say that my pick was completely dependent on if Jalen Ramsey was going to play or not, but I don't think it would have made that much of a difference either way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next game. Dolphins, Bills. The Bills a win, but it really was not pretty.
They had to score 22 in the fourth.
What was the spread again? 14, right? Or 17?
That was 17. Yeah.
Yeah, we both said they weren't covering that.
Right. Yeah, man. Fitzmagic. It's fun to watch, man. He's got to be
It,
one of my favorite players to watch.
when he's on his Fitzmagic, it might be
Yeah.
one of the most fun things to watch in the league.
Right. He's clearly has a more better hold on this offense than Josh Rosen. Makes that play late, breaks a tackle, and runs a guy over for the touchdown.
That was crazy.
That was awesome. And the Dolphins try an onside kick with no timeouts and get returned on. And I was
Most
really
Dolphin fit.
right. And we haven't seen that in quite a while. So I had looked up some other onside returns, and guess what I found?
What?
2003, the Cowboys were playing the Eagles, and Andy Reid decides at the beginning of the game to try to be a big sneaky guy and do an onside kick, and we return it for a touchdown.
That's gonna be the most demoralizing thing.
Right. So I thought that was hilarious. So I found that. Josh Allen played decently well. 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. First time in his career he's done that. John
Yeah.
Brown, clearly his number one guy. He likes to find him throughout the game. And Bills defense, man, continues to make big plays and be one of the best in the league. They showed up late, and Tre'Davious White's a hell of a player. Jordan Poyer, they got some really good players on that defense. Continues to be one of the best.
Yeah, I mean that's the calling card of this Bills defense. I think they make big plays
Hmm.
when they need to. Because I think that I still think they're a top 3, top 5 defense, but maybe they're not as good as I initially thought. But because I mean they can be ran on. The Dolphins ran the ball pretty well, surprisingly.
The Dolphins might win a few games, man.
No,
Look,
I'm off the 0-16 bandwagon.
as
With the
long
Dolphins.
as Fitzpatrick's playing. I mean, if they say, "Hey, we're gonna go with Fitzpatrick and try to win games and not just try to develop Rosen," I mean,
Yeah.
they played the Jets. They could win that. I think they could beat the Browns because the Browns are the Browns. And they got the Jets twice, and then they got the Giants, the Bengals. So, I mean, they could win 4 games.
Oh yeah, don't they? Isn't the Bengals game on week 16?
Week 16.
That's gonna
Well,
be a legendary tank battle.
I guess week 16, there's week 17 is you're counting that, right? Because they end with the
Yeah,
Patriots.
yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah.
counting. Week
Okay.
16 for the
Okay.
season. But yeah, I'm off the 0-16 bandwagon for the Dolphins. As long as, just like you said, they're
Yeah.
not going to just say, okay, the Bengals are really shit. We have to just be losing games actively.
Right.
Because I agree, Fitzmagic is going to will them to some wins
Yeah.
because he looked good.
Yep.
That pick was backbreaking because they had a
Yep.
chance to go up 21-9 if they scored a touchdown on that drive. And I mean, given the Bills' offense, I don't know. I don't know how that game would have ended if it was 21-9.
Right.
But
Oh,
he
I,
was under.
I really like those Bills jerseys this
Yeah, the
weekend.
red ones.
Those were clean.
I've always liked the red
Yeah.
Bills jerseys.
Yeah.
But dude, there's some young receiving talent on this Miami team.
Yeah.
I like
I
Preston
like
Williams.
Preston Williams. He's cold.
I have a funny story about Preston Williams.
Okay.
The name Preston Williams.
Okay.
That's what the exact name is what I used to call myself at times to random people. Preston Williams.
Why?
I fucking hated my name. I used to hate my name. I used to hate the name Connolly so much when I was growing up.
That's crazy. I
Because
never knew that.
it was such like I didn't like the fact that I had an uncommon name. I wanted a common name that everyone
Right.
had. And my middle name was Preston. So I'd go by Preston and
Oh,
Williams.
okay.
Williams was my mom's maiden name.
Oh, okay.
Because I hated my last name.
That
too.
is kind of interesting.
I know. Every time I see Preston Williams, that's all I think about. But I mean, he's an undrafted free agent, and
Yeah.
he has a drop issue. That fumble was backbreaking too, but I think he's a good player. And
Yeah.
Mike Gesicki was making some crazy catches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his future holds as the Dolphins get better, or maybe he moves on to a different team or something. But man, he was making some crazy catches out there.
Yep.
So I'm off the 0-16 Dolphins bandwagon. I am.
For now.
For now, yeah, for now. But there's no way I think that this Dolphins team, if they play like they did on Sunday, loses to the Bengals.
Right.
Just no way. And shout out to Frank Gore, man, on the Bills side.
Yeah.
A little salty.
He's a workhorse for him.
Yeah, a little salty as a Devin Singletary truther.
Right.
And as a Devin Singletary owner in fantasy football. But
Right.
you got to give your props, man.
Yep.
I have no idea how old he is, but
Still balling.
he is. So we both obviously picked the Bills. A lot closer than Bills fans would probably want that game to be.
Right.
But oh my God, let's move on. The Bengals are the worst team in the NFL, bar none. Bar none. The Jaguars beat the Bengals 27-17. And you know what? This game was ugly too for the Jaguars.
And then you told me that I predicted this game perfectly, correct?
You did, yeah. The final score was 27-17. Brett predicted the score would be 27-17. Woo!
Flowers.
Flowers for Brett.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Dalton threw 2 really bad picks late. And they were in the decent field position. They were moving down the field. 2 bad picks.
3 picks and 5 throws towards the end of the game.
Yeah. Thankfully for them, they got that late touchdown to get my score right. So I'll take that.
Yeah.
But we knew Fournette was going to be a workhorse in this game. We said if he had 25, 30 carries, that's probably the formula. And he had 29 for 131.
Mm-hmm.
So he's that kind of running back that's capable of carrying that load. I thought the passing game was okay. I think Minshew, weirdly enough, like he's looking like what Baker should be looking like. He's not turning the ball over, but he's like making good enough plays to move the offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's got decent enough receivers to throw to. So good win for the Jags again. On the road, a bad Bengals team, but at least the Jags are not giving up on the season, and Minshew is trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah, I mean the Jags are 3-4 now, so
Right.
they're still alive.
Yeah.
Hypothetically in the playoff. Honestly, this was kind of the deciding factor for me this game. I was kind of falling off the Minshew hype train. Now I think Nick Foles has to be starting whenever he's ready to go again. There's something in the red zone. I don't know if it's probably because he's a rookie quarterback and it's going to take some time, but just something in the red zone for Minshew that he's just jumping around in the pocket. He thinks the pocket's collapsing when it's not. He's running out when he doesn't have to. That's like a common thing for rookies. So
I'm not quite saying he's like a franchise quarterback yet or anything, but I'm just saying as far as being the backup and being some guy no one knew, like he's
right.
he's doing his thing.
Well, I still like Minshew, and I like it. They bring Foles back, let Foles play, give Minshew some time under Foles,
Yeah.
and then next year, I think I think they can cut Foles without really any dead cap to worry about. Then maybe you have an interesting decision.
You mean after next season?
I think it's after next season.
Okay.
Then maybe you have an interesting decision to make in regards to do we cut Foles and give Minshew the reins of the franchise. I think that's an option for them.
Yeah.
I do. Fournette, man, he's a workhorse.
Yeah.
Leads the league in carries, second in rushing.
Yeah.
Only one touchdown, though.
Yeah.
He's one of only 2 running backs ever to have over 7 rushing yards in the first 7 weeks of the season and only have 1 touchdown.
I think their O-line is kind of like they got stuffed right there at the goal line at the beginning of the game when they went for him 4th down.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just kind of like those goal line stands that are just kind of screwing them on touchdowns or what, because I don't know.
It's crazy. 1 touchdown. That is insane to me.
Right.
Second in the league in carries, only 1 touchdown. But yeah, and nothing really to say about the Jags. I mean, they took care of business, made plays when they had to late in the game. The Bengals, man, wow. This team's going 0-16, guys. This team is. I'm being dead serious. There's not a single bright spot, I don't think, on this team. Not a single one.
It's like Dalton will make a nice play, and then I'm like, okay, Dalton's, he's looking okay, and then just, Andy, who are you throwing to there?
Well, okay, I did not watch this game live because why would I with all the other games on? But I went back and watched it yesterday because I rewatched all the games, and I was like, okay, there's no way Andy Dalton played as bad as everyone's saying. Like, this team is so shit. Man, 17-10 in the 4th quarter. They're losing, but very winnable game. They have the ball, 3 picks and 5 throws. One of them being a pick 6. Just wow.
That was horrible too. That pick six.
Yeah, the pick 6 was bad. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I just can no longer do it. I wanted to give him the O-line can't block at all. He's constantly running for his life. They can't run the ball. They ran for a combined 66 yards the past 2 weeks. Joe Mixon, last 2 weeks, 18 carries, 12 yards. I mean, holy shit, man. And this defense, it's historically bad. It's literally looking like the worst defense in NFL history. I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah, I feel like that one guy, number 27, like drops a pick every week, right in his hand.
Oh yeah, he had a pick 6.
Yeah,
he had a pick 6 early in the game that he completely just fucked.
Right. And it'd be right to him. It's not like it's a crazy. It'd be right to him. Like,
I know.
Hey, it's a pick 6. Nah, I'm good.
Oh, I couldn't believe that when I saw it. I was like, oh my god, that was an easy walk-in pick 6. That literally just bounced off of him.
Yeah.
But the Bengals are the only team in NFL history, only team ever, at any point in NFL history, not post-merger, not since 2000,
Super Bowl era,
to give up more than 1,300 rushing yards and 1,500 passing yards over the first 7 games. They're one of only 45 teams in NFL history to give up more than 1,300 rushing yards in the first 7 games. And the next closest of those 45 teams to the 1,500 passing mark is 1,450. The Bengals have given up almost 1,700 passing yards. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead down the checklist to be 0-16 team. Historically bad defense, check. Terrible offensive line, check. Terrible quarterback, check. No skill players, check.
Rookie head coach.
Rookie head coach, who's a question mark, check.
Yeah.
And Tyler Boyd had an awful game too. Horrible game. 3
know.
drops and a fumble. One of the worst games I've ever seen a receiver have.
Yep.
And I'd be shocked, honestly, if AJ Green even plays another game.
Yeah, just get me out of there if you're AJ Green.
If I'm the Bengals, I'm literally saying, hey, there is not a single player on our roster that is not up for trade.
Yeah, but who's really hitting him up about any of their players?
I could see a team.
Maybe Mixon or AJ Green. Like, that's got to be it.
AJ Green will go somewhere.
Yeah.
Especially if Sanu just got a 2nd rounder.
Well, you had told me that you said that'd be interesting for the Cowboys.
Well, I saw some people tweeting about it, and I didn't think that it was that smart of a move, but then I saw them talking about it, and it kind of swayed my opinion. It wouldn't be that.
I think I would like it.
I think there are more pressing needs for the Cowboys than receiver, but it'd be interesting.
But at any time, dude, like as much as I love Amari, at any time he could go down. Whew,
yeah,
still scares me.
I guess it would depend on asking price. No way the Cowboys should give up like a first-round pick for AJ Green. Wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, we both had the Jags. Brett picked the score perfectly.
Hey,
Ugly game for the Jaguars, but hey, at this point in the season, a win's a
you'll
win.
take it. Yep.
Let's move on to one of the better games of the week. Vikings, Lions. Vikings win in a shootout yet again. Kirk Cousins looking like the truth. 42-30.
Yeah, what a game. What a shootout. Fun game to go back and watch. I got to start with Kirk Cousins, man. He is throwing these dimes all over the place. 337 yards, 4 TDs, 0 picks against a secondary that's very, pick opportunistic and usually tough to throw against. He has complete command of this offense right now.
Yep.
And you combine that with Dalvin in the running game, who runs with, crazy power and speed. 25 carries for 142, 2 touchdowns. You hope Thielen is okay. He gets hurt on his touchdown catch at the beginning of the game. Looking like I think you said he was going to be out next week.
Yeah, that's
already.
What it sounds like.
But you hope he'll be okay, I guess, for later in the year. Minnesota defense, man, I keep telling you, they get better as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Late in the games, Minnesota defense just steps up time and time again. It's 4th down, 28-24, about 9 minutes to go, and the Lions decide to go for it at around midfield. And Minnesota D just said no. Stafford kind of rolled out, was trying to fit a pass in to one of his guys, and Minnesota defense was like, nope. And Xavier Rhodes, I will say, though, is having big problems.
Yeah, that secondary is playing bad.
Marvin Jones had a career day. He was going nuts. I mean, the Lions put up 30 points, so it's not like, the Vikings defense was outstanding, but they just made plays at the end to, seal the deal. Lions played well, though. The Vikings offense, this team is just looking dangerous, man.
Yeah, they look scary.
Team's looking dangerous. So, Lions, again, man, they play with their hearts on their sleeves and just come up short.
Yeah, I know. You got to feel bad for the Lions fans.
Yep.
And they were so pissed off, too. You just see, like, all of the fans dressed up as referees and shit in the crowd.
Yeah.
And they were booing even somewhat questionable
flag.
call.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, if Kirk's playing like this, man, this Vikings team is for real.
Right.
But at the same time, I have to eat my crow, and I have to give him some flowers because he's played fantastic the past 3 weeks.
And he's not just throwing 10-yard slants.
No, he's airing it out.
He's throwing bombs.
He's bombing it. Like, he looks good.
And that touchdown to Kyle Rudolph was a nice play. Like, he's making his reads. Yeah.
God, that touchdown to Thielen was such a great throw.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect spot.
And the one to Diggs at the end where Diggs is like, cutting across the field.
Yeah.
He catches it, and after he gets tackled, he's just like dead on the ground. He's like, oh my God, I'm tired. Man, Diggs is balling too, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Diggs.
They're figuring it out on offense. And I think what they're doing is finally they're really using that insanely good run game they have. They're using it in the passing game because over half of Minnesota's passing plays this week were off play action, which was the most in the NFL all season. Kirk went 13 of 18, 209 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 150 passer rating on play action.
Yeah.
So when you have Dalvin Cook in a run game that's working the way Minnesota's run game is, defenses are that's going to be a point of emphasis for defenses. So you can kill them all day long with play action. That's exactly what they did. Like I am worried about Xavier Rhodes. I don't know what the fuck is his deal.
And he looked like he was about to cry after that last Marvin Jones touchdown.
I don't blame him, dude. 4 touchdowns.
Right. Yeah,
Jesus.
he was getting torched.
I do worry about that, and I do want to pump the brakes on Kirk Cousins as much as I want to give him his flowers. The Giants do not have a good secondary. The Eagles, we know their secondary is horrendous, and the Lions' defense hasn't been great this season.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to crown him king just yet.
But you still had to score more than 30. I mean, at the least.
Yeah, I mean 42 points. That's regardless of who you're playing.
And I mean, without the running game, who knows? But this running game this team is going to be really hard to stop, no matter what your defense looks like.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about Cousins and how good he was. They ran for 166 yards.
Yeah.
Like anytime you run for 166 yards, no matter what you do passing the ball, you have a good chance of winning the game. But
man,
still,
Dalvin's got to be the best back in the league right now.
Oh, 100%. Not even close. I don't even think it's up for discussion.
Yeah.
On the Lions side, Matt Stafford played really well.
Yeah,
He did have a pick, but it was in garbage time, whatever.
man. Stafford has always been. This is like a career game, career-defining game type thing. This is just what happens with the
Yeah.
Lions.
Yeah, I know.
It's like every year with Stafford. I mean, he balls out and they just come up short.
God, it's just really disappointing, this defense, because
Yeah,
that's Matt Patricia's thing.
yeah,
They just haven't been good since he's came over.
right.
I don't know. I don't know what Lions fans how they feel about Patricia. I really don't. But if they in this season around 500 or under 500, maybe they start questioning him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think you'd fire him yet, but I'd maybe start
His
thinking
seats get
about it.
warm.
Yeah.
All right. We both picked the Vikings. Let's move on to the Raiders Packers. We both
Ugh.
put our faith in the Raiders.
Ugh.
Ugh. And the
Derek
Packers won
Carr.
42.
Derek Carr is killing me, man.
Wow, that fumble is horrible. He played well other than that.
Yeah, I mean, you reach for the pylon, no one's even touching you, and it just slips out of your hand.
Second time he's done that shit.
And he had this same play against the Cowboys last year, but at
2
least
years
last
ago.
year, was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, but at least that play he was getting hit, like while he was reaching. You know,
I'll never forget that play because remember it was the
we
it
might
was
have
the
lost
last
that game without that play.
No, we were going to lose that
Yeah.
game 100%
Yeah.
because there was like 2 minutes left and they were
Right.
going for the lead pretty much.
Yeah,
That game was Zeke's last game on suspension. We
Yep.
absolutely needed to win to stay alive.
Yeah.
And I remember just watching the game so pissed off because the Raiders were just driving downfield about to win the game and Carr
Right.
fucking fumbles it out of the end zone. Jeff Heath made his one good play a season.
Man, and it just seemed like right after that, the floodgates were just wide open, you know?
Yep.
And I thought the Raiders defense were going to be able to kind of do some things, and they got destroyed. I'll tell you something, man. This Packers O-line is so underrated. No one even talks about him. And Aaron Rodgers could have a party, a picnic. He could call someone real quick. He could do whatever that he wants in that pocket. And he's so clinical, man. He sees every defense you throw at him. He'll audible whatever he wants. If he needs to run a little bit, he will. And when he's healthy, man, this Packers team is looking scary. Packers 6 offensive touchdowns, most since Week 10 of 2014. He doesn't even have Devontae Adams. He's the class of this league right now. And we said Josh Jacobs was going to be able to run, and he did. He did his thing.
Yeah.
But when you give up 42 points, there's not a lot you're going to be able to do, especially when the Packers defense is going to at least stop you sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to let you just score all the time. So I got some interesting stats here about the Raiders, even though they kind of got smoked. Jacobs surpasses Bo Jackson for most yards by a Raiders rookie running back through the first 6 games. And Darren Waller surpasses Tim Brown and Jerry Rice for most receptions by a Raiders player through the first 6 games, which is kind of those are big names.
Yeah, 100%.
But like I said, you're just against the Packers, man. The playing the way they're playing, and this is looking like a really tough team to beat.
You think so?
I think so, man.
I'm thinking the opposite, actually.
Okay.
I'm teetering off of them. Only reason is that defense is it's funny because I was the one who was super high on their defense early on, and you were questioning it.
Yeah.
And now I think the roles are being reversed. I'm not like.
I still don't think the defense is fantastic, but it's good enough. It's way better than what they usually have. That's for sure.
For sure. I mean, I know Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks ever, and he maybe had his best game ever on Sunday. I don't know. It's up there for sure. But are you really expecting that from Rodgers every week?
At this point,
stage in his career?
At this point, it's hard not to expect it. No Devontae Adams, and they're putting up 42.
Yeah, that's true.
It's this O-line, man. I'm telling you. I mean, he just has all freaking day to throw.
It's because they get away with holding all the time. And I'm not being salty. This is true facts. Look it up. This isn't a conspiracy theory. Do your research. They literally have techniques where they get away with holding every single time. It's the most fucking annoying thing to watch. God, you got to hate the Packers. I mean, you have to hate them.
Yeah.
You're not a Packers fan. You have to despise this team. I hate them so much. But this defense, it just scares me, man. Because the Packers defense did not play well. They got gifted. Derek Carr just fumbling it out of the back of the end zone.
That was a huge moment in the game.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
They would have taken the lead. They would have taken the lead with that.
Yeah. if they score a touchdown, they have a chance to go
and
to
it wasn't
halftime.
like it was a fourth down. Like, you didn't really need to stretch it like that, bro. Just run out of bounds and run it in with
Yeah,
Jacobs.
trying to do too
Like,
much.
take it easy, bro.
You had a chance to go in the halftime with the lead 17-14. Instead, you're going in trailing 21-10.
I gotta
Like,
think Gruden wants himself another quarterback.
you think? I actually think Derek Carr's playing just fine this season.
Just fine. That's not gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah, but it's so hard finding good quarterbacks.
It just seems like every week Derek Carr just does a couple things to lose instead of a
Okay,
couple things to win.
but you also have to look
And
at it like this.
and you're the one that's saying, yeah, you look at the numbers and yeah, Derek Carr didn't play that well. But if you watch the game, it's just a couple things throughout the game that just puts them behind.
I mean, yeah, it was a dumbass fumble, but I still thought, he makes safe throws. He was airing it out a little bit too, which is something he hasn't done really all season. I
But
thought
what does
Derek Carr
that
played
what does
fine.
that end up being? Like a 14-point swing?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mean, I
that's
agree with you. That was a
that is
backbreaking.
hard. That is going to be hard to come back from against one of the best teams in the league right now.
And Gruden was pissed off about it. He was yelling.
You know he's pissed off about it right now.
Yeah, for sure.
This moment.
I mean, he's pissed off at the defense too. That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible.
And then they traded one of their DBs to
Garyon Conley,
yeah,
who got killed out there. And
yeah.
he's been awful this season. 126 passer rating and targeted this season. One of the worst in the entire league. They got a third for him. So shout out to the Raiders for that.
Right.
Houston, a third really for that? Marcus Peters gets a fifth? I don't know. Trades are so weird.
They must be really concerned about their secondary in Houston.
I mean, Julio might go for a fifth rounder. I do not know. NFL trades are so fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
I was shocked when Brandon Cooks got a first round, was traded for. He's been traded for a first rounder like 3 different times. Brandon Cooks has.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get AJ Green for like a fourth rounder, sign me up.
I mean, shit. Larry Tunsil, 2 first-round picks. Like, I don't know what's going on with NFL trades. I could never gauge them. But yeah, I had some other things I wanted to say, but I didn't really know what. Oh well, the Raiders, they did everything that we talked about on Thursday. They needed to do to win offensively. They ran the ball incredibly well, dude. This Raiders offensive line, man, they're one of the best in the NFL.
It's solid. No, it's solid.
They're one of the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
This is 2 weeks in a row, or 2 games in a row for them against the Bears, where they played really well. That's an incredibly good pass rush, and the Packers have a really good pass rush too, and they played really well.
Yep.
So, I don't know. The Raiders, they are who they are to me. I know I don't know if you're still high on them after this week or what, but
I think they're in decent shape because you're in the AFC. You're still in line to compete in the division, and you lost to one of the best teams in the league. So you can't say, that they're done after this or anything.
I still think that they're a 6-7 win team. That's just a team you really don't want to play. They're going to play hard. They have a chance to win every game they play. Really, they do. So,
I mean, if I look at they still have a bye. They already had their bye, right?
Yeah, they just came off their bye.
Yeah, they already came off their bye. So the next games they play at Houston next week, and then Detroit comes to them. They got the Chargers, Bengals, Jets after that. So those should be 3 wins. And then you play at Kansas City, Tennessee, Jags, Chargers, Broncos. So I mean, they got a decent, favorable schedule, I would say.
Yeah, that's not a tough schedule.
Right.
That's not a tough schedule.
So
we'll see. Interesting Raiders team. I think this Raiders team can be good sooner rather than later.
Yep.
They got young talent.
Yep. And we got a coach that wants to win now.
And they still got a decent amount of draft picks too.
Yep.
From trades and whatnot. So disappointing for the Raiders. Backbreaking mistakes, but some positives, I think.
And you can't have those backbreaking mistakes against this team.
No, not against Aaron Rodgers. He's going to kill you every time.
Yep.
He's going to kill you every time. Aaron Rodgers, damn. I mean, you are right. If Aaron Rodgers is playing like this,
oof.
Packers are right there with the Patriots, all of them. So we both picked the Raiders, disappointed in them, but I think there's some positives to take away for them. I do.
Right.
Let's move on to the next game. Another game we got. Texans got to be the most volatile team in the NFL.
One of them.
Do not know what the fuck they're gonna do week in, week out. Colts win 30-23. We both picked the Texans. We are both wrong.
Yeah, I think I was caught sleeping on the Colts again, and I don't think it's gonna happen again. I think I've realized that this team is for real, and this Colts defense we've been shitting on steps up again. And they get Darius Leonard back. He's an absolute monster. Game high 10 tackles. He had that game-ending interception. I don't know how in the world he has the awareness to go get that.
I don't know how he got that either.
Right, but he does. He catches it. Houston defense, I thought they would step up in this game. They got, destroyed in the trenches. Though this Colts O-line is the real deal.
Yeah.
Pascal, second-year receiver, shows up. Ebron gets a one-handed catch in the back of the end zone.
Crazy.
Jacoby Brissett is bringing his Patriot ways to this team, and he's looking really good doing it.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns, first time in his career, only sacked 1 time, 326 yards. He's also 4-0 against the Texans. And again, man, another 1-possession loss for Deshaun Watson. And I will say, the end of the first half, this call where they called him down, which could have been a touchdown, was a huge play in this game.
Huge.
And I'm watching this game, and I did not understand that. How do you call him down there?
Terrible.
I don't get
so bad.
I don't get that, man. You're costing teams potential wins.
Oh my God, that call is so bad.
I just don't get it. That was a hell of a play by Deshaun Watson. That was a hell of a play. So, man, thinking about that play pisses me off. But Colts, man, they're playing well. They're looking like, to me, better than the Chiefs right now. And they beat the Texans. They're looking better than the Texans. Looking like the second best team in the AFC.
Maybe. I don't think that's that far of a reach. I think I should stop predicting games.
Yeah, that's how I'd be feeling too.
Because everything I said was going to happen in this game was the opposite. I was like, all right, whatever team runs the ball the best and whatever team controls the clock is going to win. Both these teams want to run.
Yeah. I will say this happens to everybody.
That's true. That's true.
Like Shannon Sharp, he picked the Broncos with me. So
y'all can shit on me for my Rams pick, for my Falcons pick, because that was horrible. But the Broncos one was baffling to me.
I'm sorry, bro. I was trying to take a big risk, high risk, high reward.
I respect that. That's
how I live,
You gotta respect that. But no, I mean the Texans dropped back to pass 40 times, Colts 42. That's not really what I expected from this game. But the more I look into it, the more I probably should have. Both these teams' secondaries are fucking horrendous. Texans, you mentioned they made that trade for Garyon Conley. I don't know what that does for them because he's not good. And I've seen what I like to do on Sundays is I like to go on each team's Twitters, and just search for stuff and hear what the fans are saying because that's always funny to me, especially the losing teams.
Yeah.
Man, the Texans are really high on Lonnie Johnson Jr. and he sucks. I know he's a second-round pick and he's a rookie, and every team hypes up the rookies. Every single team does. I mean, I'm not going to say much because I know as a Cowboys fan, I'm just as guilty of it.
Yep.
But this dude's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true because I was watching the game, but Pro Football Focus, this is what they said Lonnie Johnson's stats are when targeted on Sunday against the Colts. 9 for 9, 97 yards, 4 touchdowns. So they credited all 4 of Jacoby Brissett's touchdowns to going against Lonnie Johnson Jr. 151 passer rating when targeted. But again, I don't know how true that is because I remember the first touchdown was kind of like a pick play thing that the Colts ran. And the Lonnie Johnson Jr. got credited for being in coverage. It didn't look like it was him. So I don't know. Take PFF with a grain of salt. But still, he looked horrible. He's been awful this season. I was shocked because I looked up Lonnie Johnson's name. I was like, all right, let's see what Texans Twitter is saying about him because it's always funny to me. And they're like, Lonnie Johnson Jr. is going to be an elite corner in this league. I was like, oh.
No.
Kenny Stills came back and played well, so we got to give him a round of applause.
Best receiver in the league, man.
Best receiver in the NFL came back and played like it.
Yep.
He played like it. It was good to see DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, and with Will Fuller out, I mean, he's going to be a big piece.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we made fun of him, but that is true.
No, he's actually good. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
It was nice to see Deshaun Watson get in the end zone. Oh, not Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry. DeAndre Hopkins get in the end zone.
He should have had 2.
Yeah, he should have
had 2 touchdowns.
He should have. It was his first 100-yard game since week 1 and his first touchdown since week 1.
I still can't believe that call.
I can't either. But, it kind of – even if that call goes your way, if you just want to look at the final score, the Texans still lose because they got a field goal on that drive. So the score would have been changed to 27-30.
Right.
But still, I mean, you talk about momentum changing, all that shit. It all factors in.
Yep.
But that was just kind of the Texans were not good in the red zone. They got to be better in the red zone.
Yep, and better on defense.
Yeah, better on defense. Man, that secondary is horrible. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. It is decimated by injuries, but still, it's terrible.
Yep. And
the Colts, man, Jacoby Brissett is really good.
Woo!
Like, really good.
I think going to the Patriots is the best. I mean, it's one of those. It just makes the Patriots look better, man.
Yeah, for sure. All All those backups are playing well.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And we talked about this. You have to have some mobility as a quarterback these days.
Yeah.
I mentioned Joe Flacco was pressured 18 times and was sacked 8 times.
Yeah.
Kobe Brissett was under pressure on 50% of his dropbacks this week and only got sacked once.
Yep.
So that elusiveness, mobility, that's something in today's NFL you almost have to have.
Yeah.
And he did a great job, man.
Yeah.
Eric Ebron had one of his good games this season. Colts, they're picking and choosing because he gets maybe 4 good games a year.
So that catch was unreal, though.
He used one of them.
Give him some flowers.
No, that was a fantastic catch.
Jeez.
That's the thing with Ebron. You're going to get just a play like that where you're like, oh, my God, this dude could be the best tight end in football. And then a game where he has 7 drops. And T.Y. Hilton, this dude has always been so underrated.
Yeah, he's cold.
He's one of the best receivers in the NFL.
Yep.
So, and we mentioned defenses that don't play that great but make big plays when they have to. The Colts are
having Leonard back is so big for them.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, let's move on to the next game.
Ugh.
I was shocked. I honestly forgot we picked the Giants. I thought we picked the Cardinals all day on Sunday until I went back.
I wanted to so bad, and I should have. It's one of these gut things that you think about too hard.
Yeah, I agree. The Cardinals win in a rainy, ugly game, 27-21. They're 3-3-1.
Yep.
Giants 2-5. It looks like the magic is over for them.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy I got this game wrong because I'm falling in love with this Cardinals team.
Yeah.
They have another real running back in Edmonds. This dude has unreal bursts of speed. He's got great vision. He had all 3 of their touchdowns. And you know what I was thinking? I kind of wanted to hear your take on this. But when I watched Tony Pollard and then I watched Edmonds, I feel like Tony Pollard is kind of like Edmonds.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of plays like that, has that kind of burst of speed.
Yeah.
So I feel like if he had more opportunities, he could kind of be Edmonds like. But I think it's a big piece for them, especially with David Johnson being so injury prone and no one knows what is going on with him.
Yeah.
And you were telling me, he was supposed to play and then he played one play for some sort of reason or something. Well, that whole situation is sketchy.
Well, it was really weird because he was on the field for the first drive of the first 2 plays. First play was a pass play. Second play, they gave him the ball. He limps off. Then he's off the field for pretty much the entire game, but he came in later, like in the second or third quarter, for like a play and pass blocked.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I don't know.
Really strange.
But here's what pisses me off. And I'm going to go on a fantasy rant, but here's what pisses me off. If you can't play, don't play.
Right.
Like if your ankle can't handle the first play of the game, then I don't think you should be on the field at any point.
Yeah.
But then Cliff came out and
said, I've said that. I've said this about Amari countless times.
Yeah, true. But Cliff came out and said, "Oh well, that was just kind of the game plan. We just needed David Johnson in case anything happened to Edmonds." I was like, "Man, fuck you, Cliff."
That's a weird take on it. I gotta say though, Patrick Peterson, man, is huge for this team.
Yeah, easily.
And not just for the defense, he's huge for the entire team because this man is one of the best players in football, really, that I've ever watched in my life. He's just a football player. And
a football guy.
Yeah, and he gets the big strip sack late. And this guy is just a football player. Giants 2 or fewer wins through 7 games for 3rd straight year. Danny Dimes, another pick, 2 more fumbles.
Yeesh.
His O-line is bad.
Horrible.
And yeah, I think the magic is falling off a little bit. But I think going forward, he'll be okay. They just got to give him some help on the O-line. And on defense, but man, I'm loving this Cardinals team.
Yeah, man, they're fun to watch.
And Kyler didn't have any crazy numbers, but he's playing well. He's making good decisions. He's still throwing
some good decisions.
Yeah, some.
There were 2 I had written down. Both of these quarterbacks had horrible rookie mistakes in this game.
Yeah,
stuff that you expect out of a rookie quarterback, but still, Kyler Murray had a terribly dumb 15-yard sack that.
Yeah, where he's kind of running around.
Yeah, that pinned the Cardinals punting from their own end zone. It got blocked, and it was a touchdown for the Giants.
Yeah, so that could have,
The end of the game, he ran out of bounds with 2:15 left when the Giants had no touchdowns. And it gave the Giants. Yeah, no timeouts. My fault. And it gave the Giants plenty of time to march downfield, except their 2-minute drill was the worst thing I've ever seen. Worst thing I've ever seen. Yeah. But yeah, this Cardinals team, man, that defense played really well.
Yeah.
8 sacks, 3 turnovers. I mentioned this with Jalen Ramsey. That's what a really good corner can do for your front.
Yep.
for your front seven.
Especially one of the best.
Yeah, especially one of the best. And Patrick Peterson is one of the best.
Yep.
Daniel Jones, rookie mistakes too, man. Rookie mistakes.
We talked about how the
He's got to
Cardinals
hold
front
on.
seven was pretty decent. So with that
Yeah.
help in the secondary, could be kind of interesting what this Cardinals team can shake out the rest of the season.
Yeah, it is.
But they got a tough stretch coming up. So
Yeah, and that division's really tough. And they really.
yeah,
Have they only played?
they'll be tested here pretty soon.
I think they might have only played one divisional game so far. I know they played the Seahawks.
Well, they play San Fran twice in the next 4 games.
Yeah, they've only played the Seahawks in their division. So they play San Fran 2 times, they play the Rams 2 times, and the Seahawks another time the rest of the season.
Right.
So pretty tough end of the year for them. But they look good. Like if I'm a Cardinals fan, I'm excited for sure for the future of the team.
Yep.
Saquon, I thought looked good. Obviously, he's not 100%, but he made some nice runs, some nice cuts, some big runs that got called back because of penalties. Really disappointed in Evan Ingram. I thought that this was a game that he was going to go off. 1 catch, 4 targets.
I think the whole passing game though was just
it
not
was rainy.
good,
It was rainy.
Yeah.
Shit weather conditions, and he got poked in the eye at some point and had to come out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude,
and the Giants online is a problem.
They got to upgrade that as soon as possible. As soon as possible.
Like all their draft picks on it.
Yeah, because it's horrendous.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones, you don't want to subject your rookie to that kind of a fucking beating.
Right.
But he's got to get better at pocket awareness. I mean, he's taking sacks.
He's got to not turn the ball over, man.
He's fumbling almost every time he gets hit. His fumble issues are horrible.
Right.
I mean, horrible. But still,
like you said, rainy and stuff, that could
true.
kind of factor that too.
But still, almost everything I see from Daniel Jones where I'm like, oh, that was bad, it's almost always rookie stuff.
But he still has like great throws.
Yeah, that touchdown to Rhett Ellison was a great throw.
Great throw.
I mean, I'm a believer in Daniel Jones. I was making fun of the Giants at first, but everything I've seen, I think he's a good player.
No, you got a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Giants, honestly, if these two teams are kind of close to one another.
100%. That's why we like this matchup.
Yeah. But if I had to pick a team that I like more moving forward, I like the Cardinals, I think.
It's close, but yeah, I'd probably say the Cardinals too.
I like Kyler Murray. And honestly, I like Cliff as a coach.
Yep.
I think he's shown that he's more than capable of adapting his game plan because Kyler really didn't do much, and they barely really even threw the ball.
No, I think he's a smart coach.
Yeah, you like seeing that.
He's not going to be too prideful. He wants to win games.
Yeah, so shout out to Cliff, man. We're rooting for you here at Tech. Fight, Raiders, fight. Fight, Raiders, fight. No, let's just move on.
Wreck 'em.
Okay. Oh, my God. This game.
I'm almost claimed Tech more than Arkansas throughout my Arkansas career.
hey, come on over, buddy. The bandwagon's piling up.
I've been on it. Ask anybody. I've been on it.
Tech basketball ranked 13.
That's what I'm saying. I was all over that run.
Yeah. Man, what a great run.
I'd rather talk about that than this next game. So that's why.
Well, this game was actually kind of fun to watch.
Was it?
9-0. The 49ers win 9-0. And one of those classic games you always had fun in a kid playing with your friends and shit, pouring ass rain, muddy.
The ending was fun because the sack with Nick Bosa and then the guy sliding across the whole defense. Funny. That was awesome. Yeah, this defense is unreal. Rainy, muddy game. That was really the only highlight that I enjoyed.
You could literally hear the footsteps when the players are running, like going through the puddles and stuff.
49ers have allowed 7 or fewer points in 3 straight games. Redskins have 1 win.
Jesus.
1 win, fewest through 7 games since 1998.
7 or less points the last 3 games?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. So that's really the only stats I have. What about you?
I have this stat. I saw that it cost $6 to go to this game.
Oh no.
$6. I don't know.
They probably should change their name. They just got to rebrand everything.
Rebrand?
Yeah, I think
they need a new owner. I think they need a new stadium too.
They got to redo everything.
I kind of agree with you, honestly.
I think it's time.
Man, this Redskins team, I almost wish they lost to
sell the franchise or something. You just got to do something.
Well, they need to sell the franchise. Dan Snyder's got to go.
But
I mean, there's really nothing to say about this game.
Really
it was 9-0. If you didn't watch this game, here's what you need to know. It was pouring rain the entire game. The field was this game was a fuck fest.
Yeah.
The field was disgusting. One of the worst field conditions you'll see. Neither of these teams really passed the ball. Case Keenum's passed the ball 12 times. And half of them were behind the line of scrimmage.
There was no offense barely at all.
No. And the 49ers, they at least were attempting to pass sometimes, but
Yeah,
Garoppolo threw a pick.
and they had a couple plays,
Yeah.
but you're not going to be able to do much in that weather.
Right. And yeah, that's it. That's it.
There's really nothing.
Oh, I do want to say this for the 49ers, since the trade deadline is a week away. I would love to see them make a move for like Emmanuel Sanders or AJ Green.
Yeah, no, I've been saying that I didn't really love their receivers other than Kittle.
I think, and I did see someone say, I forgot who it was. I should start writing this down before I just talk out of my ass. But I did see like some reporter say that the 49ers were in the lead for Emmanuel Sanders.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
But another smaller guy, you don't want like a bigger guy. Is there no one else you can get? But I guess I like it.
Yeah,
it's better than what you have for sure.
Dante Pettis as your number one receiver.
No, it's better than what you have for sure. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. But hey, if I told you that the Redskins only turned the ball over one time and didn't give up a touchdown and only got sacked 3 times, you probably would have thought they won this game.
Or that it was close.
Or at least scored a point.
Yeah, if you had told me they didn't score, I would have said they didn't win.
Well, yeah, that's usually how it works.
Right.
Okay, well, we both picked the 49ers, obviously. Let's move on to the 3 o'clock game. Oh, I'm excited to talk about this one.
I'm not.
The Chargers. So allergic to winning.
Yeah.
I mean, so allergic to winning. I've been saying it literally every episode. I think
this game and the Cardinals game pissed me off because I wanted to go Cardinals and I didn't. It's not even that I wanted to pick the Titans. I just didn't want to pick the Chargers.
I think you asked me before the show on Thursday, like, who are you picking for the Chargers-Titans game? I was like, Chargers.
Other than that, and then I asked you if the Jets had a chance.
And I said no. And they did.
I almost took that money line too, and I decided against it.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah, man, you just can't trust this Chargers team.
Nope.
At all. And this is another example, if not the best example, of a team that needs a mobile quarterback, and to probably need to make that move off of Phillip Rivers. And Melvin Gordon is atrocious, man. This guy fumbles twice on the goal line. They get lucky enough to get another chance, and he fumbled it again.
Man.
God, he sucks, man. What do you do with him? You just release him?
No, I don't release him, but I'm saying, hey.
I consider just releasing him, I think. I'd consider it if I was them.
I'm telling you what I'm doing next week.
Eckler is 300 times better.
I'm about to say, I'm telling you what I'm doing next week. Eckler is the starting running back and getting the bulk of the carries for PR.
How is he not already that? How is he not? I don't understand.
I don't either.
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't have many stats on this, but I think Tannehill played well.
He played well.
I think he played well, and he probably played better than Mariota would have.
I agree.
So they got that going for him. We know what Derrick Henry's going to do. Derrick Henry can run the ball. He can score. And he's not going to cost you games. He can win you games with not bad quarterback play. He's a good running back.
He's kind of cut from like the Leonard Fournette cloth.
Exactly. And this Chargers team, it's about time to go in some new directions.
I think
starting with a new quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's my big takeaways.
Maybe this is a blessing in disguise for the Chargers, really.
But man, they could have won this game.
Yeah. Wow, man, Melvin Gordon.
What a disaster, dude.
Oh my God. I mean, I almost want to say, because Melvin Gordon seems like a good guy. He's on Twitter interacting with fans and stuff. But you almost gotta like.
I'm not attacking the guy. I'm just the player, I guess.
You almost gotta like what you're seeing though, because it's really funny.
Yeah. Well, I told you. I thought that was the most ridiculous holdout of all time.
Melvin Gordon thinks he's worth Todd Gurley money. Turns out he's probably not even worth. I don't know.
He's not even worth
Darren Sproles money.
Melvin Gordon money. I don't know.
I don't know what the Chargers do moving forward, because at 2-5 and just watching this team, I don't think that their contenders aren't really anything.
No, they're bad.
They're a bad team. I know they have a bunch of injuries.
The defense was supposed to be a top 10, top 15 at least. Defense ain't shit.
Maybe all these injuries are a blessing in disguise to say, okay, you know what? Let's just hit the reset button. Phillip Rivers, noodle ass arm Rivers, just isn't cutting it. This dude just doesn't look like he can throw further than 20 yards at times.
Unhitch the trailer, bud.
He's got to be the least mobile quarterback in the NFL, too.
Ugh. Him and Matt Ryan and
Joe Flacco.
We don't even talk about Tom Brady because it don't even matter. He gets the ball out so fast.
Yeah, he gets the ball out quickly.
Hike, throws it.
And the Chargers have a horrible offensive line, like horrendously bad. They've been one of the worst in the entire NFL.
Their biggest success on offense is screenplays to Eckler.
Yeah, or just throwing it up for Keenan Allen and just praying to God he catches it, and he does every now and then.
Right.
Hunter Henry though looks really good. Woo pig.
Hey,
There you
Woo
go.
Pig, baby, that's my guy, dude. Yeah,
He looks really good.
No, he does look good
And Joey Bosa is really good too.
for sure. So you got a
So-
couple pieces, but Melvin
Absolutely.
ain't one of them. Melvin is not one of them.
No, Melvin Gordon, see ya. He's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go. Oh, and then this soft. I hate when teams play soft ass defenses, dude. Because Tannehill was just dinking and dunking all day long. He didn't throw a single pass over 20 yards.
But that's a good offense for them, though. I think.
No, yeah, I agree. I literally had it written down here that should be the recipe. For this
That's
team.
probably what you want to do if you're the
And
type.
also because you have a bunch of yard after catch monsters, and Corey Davis is good in the open field. AJ Brown's good in the open field.
Most definitely.
Give these guys the ball and let them run around.
Yep.
And that's what they did, and it worked for them. I have here this one play is really kind of sums up this entire game for the shit ass Chargers.
Yeah.
3rd and goal, tied game, 10 minutes left in the 4th. 3rd and goal. Keep that in mind. It's a third and goal situation. They only rushed 2 players. So you had 9 players drive back into coverage, and somehow Tajay Sharp was wide open in the back of the end zone with no one within 5 yards of him. So I just want 9 players in coverage, and they're all just standing at the goal line. Go rewatch that play, please. Somebody go and rewatch that play right now. You see all the Chargers standing at the goal line for some dumbass reason. Only 2 people are rushing. God, this team sucks. They're horrible.
Yeah.
Titans, not much to say, man. This is one of the most boring teams in the NFL to watch. I'm sorry, I don't mean any offense in that, but they just are.
Chargers probably need a new coach too. I mean, with all these things we're talking about, where we don't want to like totally shit on them, but there's enough things to shit on. It's like, what is the coach doing with all of this? How do you not realize that Melvin is bad? Why is he in the game?
All right, we're back from a quick break. Moving on from the shit-ass Chargers and on to another game. The Saints, the continuously disrespected Saints, go to Chicago and beat the Bears 36-25. The score is not nearly as close as it sounds like it was.
Nope. Yeah, garbage time at the end. I will tell you, though, it's kind of interesting because if they could have gotten that second onside kick, they had all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, but you would have had to have gotten another onside kick again.
Well, or you kick it off and you have 3 timeouts if you don't have to use them on offense because they were shredding that defense towards the end of the game.
I hate prevent defense. I hate it so much.
Eli Apple got hurt too. I don't know. Could have been interesting, but obviously that player stepped out of bounds and can't do that.
Yeah.
So let's see what I got here. I mean, dude, the Bears, Trubisky ain't it.
No.
He's just not. And the Saints continue to have success no matter who's playing. Drew Brees out, okay, 5-0 without him.
Yep.
Kamara's out, okay. Latavius 27 carries, 119 yards.
Best running performance of the season for them.
Yeah. Bears defense, it looks like they've just given up. I mean, towards the end of that game, like our offense is trash. Like we're like whatever.
Yeah, it's got to be hard for defense.
Right. 7 total carries for the Bears.
That's horrendous.
7?
This game really wasn't out of reach until
this game was 12-10 at half. How you got 7 carries?
Oh, that's horrible.
7? Fewer than 300 total yards in every game this season. They're the only team that can say that.
Man, even the Dolphins.
The only team that can say that, man. And my big takeaway is Trubisky just ain't it, man.
No, he's horrible.
And how do you trade up for that guy when Watson and Mahomes and all these guys are in the draft?
All-time bust.
Same draft, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So very and I was listening to McAfee show the other day, Pat McAfee show, and he was talking about how the GM is just probably, I mean, just stick with Trubisky, like he's trying to like still make it look good and all this stuff, you know. And that's just what gets in the way of franchises, man, is stuff like that. And the Bears went from one of the best looking teams in the league to just probably not gonna make playoffs, like probably got to blow some things up.
I agree. I don't think this team makes playoffs.
Right, and the Saints are just looking like the second best team, if not the best team in the league.
In the NFC or just in the league as a whole?
Probably just in the league in general. Second best team in the league. Right behind the Patriots.
49ers too are close.
Yeah, I'd probably get the Saints the edge.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. 5 wins in a row. I mean, and Bridgewater. I'm sorry. Is it 5 wins in a row? Or is it 4?
Saints 5.
5 wins in a row. Damn, that Rams game was week 2 of the season.
They're 5-0 without. Yeah, they're 5-0 without Breeze.
Damn. Shout out to Teddy Bridgewater. He played really well. And this is what we said. I cannot believe the Bears were favorites in this game because Teddy Bridgewater is just kind of the perfect quarterback, really, for this playing against the Bears because you want to minimize risk. You want a quarterback who plays it safe. And even then, Teddy was airing it out a little bit.
And they ran the ball really well.
Yeah. The book is out on the Bears defense.
Wow, isn't that crazy what happens when you run the ball?
Yeah.
Look how much pressure that took off Teddy, and he still threw it 38 times. Like,
Yeah.
what did the Bears not get? You drafted Montgomery for what?
Dude, that offense.
What are you doing?
Man.
I traded for Montgomery for what in our league? For nothing, I'll tell you.
Yeah. For real. But this defense has been figured out because they've lost 2 in a row. And guess what? The Raiders and Saints, when you look at them with the Saints' current team with Teddy Bridgewater at the helm, they're pretty similar offensively.
Yep.
I know that sounds crazy to say because you think of Raiders, you don't really think Saints' offensive prowess. But you got really good offensive lines. You got quarterbacks who minimize risks and don't make dumb throws and try to air it out. You've got running backs, 2 solid running backs. And, well, Kamara didn't play, but Latavius Murray looked really good. And the Raiders obviously have Josh Jacobs. You have 2 offenses whose game plan revolves around intermediate stuff, running the ball, screen passes.
I mean, this is Latavius Murray that you questioned and said he's not Mark Ingram, and dude is balling.
He played really well. Really well. I'm wondering if they get him more involved now, with even when Kamara comes back, and just kind of use Kamara like they did his rookie year. Because that's when he was at his best, when it was almost like a 50-50 thing.
Right,
Ingram and
because
Kamara.
he's just so dynamic, and
It's just such a change of pace, too.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting to see. But I don't know. Michael Thomas is the best receiver in the NFL right now. I don't think that's really up for debate. Maybe it is, but I don't know. He's insanely good.
He's just so perfect in this offense too.
Yeah,
they get it. You know,
he gets open. He catches everything.
With all these teams we're talking about that just don't get it, the Saints get it.
Oh yeah, they're incredibly well.
The Saints just get it.
They're incredibly well coached. Trubisky, he's got to be the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. Honest to God,
he sucks, man.
Is there a single starting quarterback you wouldn't take over Trubisky?
I'll take Fitzpatrick any day over him, and twice.
I'd take Fitzmagic. I'd take Jameis Winston.
Yep.
I'd take Tannehill.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. I really don't think there's a single one I would take.
Would you take Andy Dalton or Trubisky?
I'd take Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I think I would too.
I'd take Andy Dalton, no questions asked. Because Andy Dalton at least has a history of being an okay quarterback, a decent quarterback in the NFL. Trubisky's just horrible.
Yeah.
He's horrible. Dude, in this offense, I don't know what Matt Nagy is doing. I really don't. You mentioned it. Fucking, what was it, 7 runs or 9?
7 the whole game.
7 carries. They had, this one stood out to me because this is when the Bears fans really started booing them because they were getting booed a bunch. They had back-to-back-to-back drives in the second quarter before halftime where they went 3 and out and threw on all 3 downs. Back-to-back-to-back 3 and outs, and they threw on every single down. Horrible. And on 2 of those, they picked up 8 yards on a passing play on first down, and then passed on 2nd and 2, and then passed on 3rd and 2, and incomplete both times.
Yeah,
absolutely
man,
awful.
It's horrible.
I don't get what their game plan is. Do they really think dropping Trubisky back?
There's such a discrepancy between the really good teams and really bad teams right now.
Yeah, and make no mistake, if the Bears didn't have the best defense in the NFL, or at least the second best defense in the NFL, they'd be
trash.
Oh yeah, they'd be.
If they didn't even get Khalil Mack, they'd be trash. Even though he hasn't been much.
Yeah, I mean, the offenses are starting to shut him down. I don't know if that's like a game plan thing or if they just played 2 really good offensive lines in a row, but he only has 4 total pressures the last 2 weeks. That's the worst stretch for him since his rookie year. So, Allen Robinson is really the only thing on this offense that you could point at and say, oh yeah, he's been good.
He's solid. He's no doubt an NFL receiver.
Yeah, I mean, he's the bright spot for them.
Yeah.
I don't know what Vegas's deal is with the Saints. They were underdogs against the Jaguars somehow, and I don't get that at all. I can kind of understand the Bears, but that was an easy pick for me. And if I was a betting man, that would have been
Oh,
an easy one for me too.
oh, it was super easy.
So yeah, Bears. Wow. I don't know if Cam Newton were available for trade, I may be kicking the tires if I'm.
Oh no, I think him on the Bears. I've been hearing a lot about. I think that's a great fit.
I think that would make a lot of sense for them.
I think
And
that's a great fit, even though this coach probably wouldn't use him right.
yeah, then they'd probably start running the ball 30 times a game. And
You would hope so,
I just
but
really
is
thought,
that a
man,
guarantee? No.
I just really thought with Mitchell Trubisky out that they would have ran the ball more. And that's what concerned me is even with their backup quarterback in, they didn't run the ball.
Right.
They still passed a bunch.
Yep.
I just don't know what this. Maybe you're right. Maybe if the front office is like, hey, we need you to pass as much as you can with Trubisky. We need to prove that he was not a complete bust and a fuck up by us, especially with Watson and Mahomes looking like
This dude played 1 year of
Hall of
college. We
Famers.
drafted him number 2 overall from like not a power school.
Yeah, and his rookie contract's about to be up. So God, if they extend him, they're done.
See ya.
There's no way they do. No chance.
No chance.
Absolutely no chance. All right, the Bears lose. Saints win. We both picked the Saints. Bears look like shit. Who have the Bears beaten?
I don't
The
remember.
Vikings when the Vikings all wanted to murder each other. The Redskins. I don't remember who the third one is, but
The Broncos, and
Okay.
they beat the Broncos 16-14.
that's right. They had that miracle last second field goal because of the roughing the passer. Otherwise, they would have lost that game.
Yep.
So wow, the Bears suck. All right, let's move on. Ravens Seahawks.
Ugh.
Ravens 30-16, man. Impressive showing by them.
Yeah, disappointing showing for the Seahawks.
Yeah, very disappointing.
This is the game I felt like the most wrong about this week, because I really
Not
thought,
playing the Falcons.
well, that's on you, bud.
Okay, Broncos.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Hey, this is about you, not me. Okay. I thought the Seahawks were gonna step up and not let Lamar do Lamar things, and Lamar did a lot of Lamar things.
Yeah, God, he's
And
fun to watch, man.
man, 14 rushes for 116.
Jesus,
Dude, he is fast, man. He just runs around everybody.
I know.
Dude is incredible. First quarterback to rush over 100 against Pete Carroll in his tenure with Seattle. I didn't know this, but the OC for the Ravens is the OC that the 49ers had when they went to the Super Bowl with Kaepernick. Did you know that?
No.
So that's a great fit.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So he knows how to work this guy. He knows how to use him, and they probably go over film and they decide, especially early on when you're talking a lot of shit about Lamar, and it was like, hey, this probably isn't working. We can stay away from this. Let's do more of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Peters looking like a good pickup for the Ravens.
That was a great play.
This defense wasn't fantastic, and now defense is starting to pick some things up. I mean, this is a Seattle offense that has been pretty dominant the whole season.
I think they're the second best offense in the NFL.
Right. And they had the leading candidate for MVP. And Peters continues to, impress.
Yeah.
And this guy was traded away like he was dog shit, and he's probably one of the best corners since he's been in the league. If we're really got to be honest, you can say what you want about his personality and that kind of stuff, but he has 25 since he's been in the league, and that's the most. 25 picks. It's the most in the league since he's been in the league. Also, the Ravens are 38-9 since 2008 when they have 150 rush yards. That's a big win for the Ravens, man. They look impressive.
Yeah.
Seahawks, I think they take a little bit of a step back. The defense is a little bit more of a concern. They look beatable. But, the Ravens are, probably most 95% going to win that division and be looking to cause some teams problems in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'd be scared of this team in the playoffs, honestly.
Right. Yep.
Because, man, Lamar Jackson is so much fun to watch.
Yep.
I still don't get why people get upset when you say he's an elite runner. People literally get upset by that.
I think that'll be more welcoming moving forward.
Well, I think that what's wrong with saying he's an elite runner and an okay thrower? Because, that's kind of what he is. He makes good throws, but he makes some bad ones too.
Yeah.
But when you combine that with his elite running ability, you get a really good quarterback.
And don't turn the ball over.
Yeah. Man, he's fun to watch. Both these quarterbacks are really fun to watch.
That's really the key with these young guys is just not turning the ball over. And that's where Baker gets so much criticism, man.
Yeah, Baker, Darnold,
Yeah, we'll get to that shit show in a second.
Josh Allen.
Ugh. Yeah, and that's the thing. I told you, 2 touchdowns, no picks for the first time in his career.
Yeah,
Not 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 2.
yeah, yeah. Keeping turnovers to a minimum is always the thing you want to see for rookie quarterbacks.
Yep.
And Lamar's been good at that this year.
Yep.
He'll have a couple bad throws a game, but I think he'll take that really when you have his rushing ability, because you basically have two running backs. I mean, two good ones too. When both him and Ingram are in the backfield.
I think this was kind of a nightmare matchup for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I know, and we talked about it.
This defense just isn't close. It's the Legion of Boom, all that, been gone.
They're horrible.
That's all been gone.
Their defense is horrible now.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm worried about them now.
Dude,
I was really high on them.
Really beatable. Like
But
after watching the Cowboys, they're
if Russell
beatable.
Wilson isn't carrying that team on his back,
Yeah.
they're in trouble.
Yeah, and the Ravens, it looked like they had a good defensive game plan for Carson because Carson didn't do much.
Yeah, that's true.
That's going to be that's a key to the Seahawks offense.
It was also a rainy game in Seattle too, and players were slipping all over the place. So maybe
that had a little bit of an effect, I'd say.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about DK Metcalf for 2 reasons?
Yeah.
One, I think he's a really good player.
Yeah, me too.
I was questionable on him because in college he really only did one thing. Yeah. But man, he's good.
No, I think he's good.
2, what the hell is going on with his mouthpiece?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't see it. He has his mouthpiece looks like a pacifier.
Really?
Yeah, it's got like the little handle on it, like pacifiers have.
Oh, geez.
It's like pink.
Oh God.
I watched the game. I was like,
is it like a breast cancer thing? Hopefully.
Maybe it could be. I don't know. Do you associate pacifiers with breast cancer?
You do now.
I guess so. I know that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Right.
It's not as bad as it used to be. Remember when everyone wore pink for an entire month?
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I mean, I'm all for breast cancer.
I was over that pretty quick.
I'm all for breast cancer awareness.
Yeah.
I'd rather them do what they do now where they let players customize their cleats and shit.
100%.
That's a way better idea. But
didn't Metcalf have that fumble though late?
Yeah, he did have that really bad fumble. He did have that really bad fumble.
That was kind of bad. But I do like him, yeah.
I think he's a good player.
But Chris Carson, 21 for 65. I mean, that's a credit to this Ravens defense going to get Marcus Peters and showing up like that against one of the best rushing attacks.
I mean, when you take into account strength of schedule and strength of the opponent, this was by far the best the Ravens have looked.
I think I had Seattle scoring like 30+ points in this game.
You had a bunch of shootouts, dude.
Hey,
you had like a bunch of 35, 34 games.
Hey, I wasn't too far off, and I had a perfect score prediction.
You did have a perfect score, so you did better than me. So I really can't be saying much.
Let's go.
But no, I'm scared for the Seahawks because man, and Russell, that pick six was bad, but other than that, I don't think he played horribly.
Right.
That touchdown to Tyler Lockett, man, when Russell escapes the pocket.
That is Marcus Peters' calling card right there. That is what he does, man. He jumps these routes.
Yep.
He's good, man.
That's a good pickup for them, especially for a 5th-round pick. Like
honestly, that was huge. That might have been the biggest deal so far this season.
I mean,
that might take the Ravens up a whole nother level. Seriously.
Yeah.
We've been shitting on that defense all season.
Yeah, I mean the Ravens look like players now again. I've like teetered on them.
No, 100%.
I've called them frauds, all of this.
Oh yeah.
But they look really good on Sunday.
Yep.
Enough to make me a believer, honestly.
I think. And we're talking about this team, and Lamar threw for 9 for 20.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, why does everyone get so upset when you're like, hey, Lamar's an elite runner and an okay thrower? That's exactly what he is. That's okay.
This could be an anomaly for the Seahawks with the weather and maybe Baltimore having kind of some new light on defense.
And anytime you throw a pick six, you're immediately behind the curve.
Yeah, man. But Russell, 20 for 41. Man, I mean, I like to think this is an anomaly for them, but they look beatable.
I agree.
There's no doubt about it.
I agree. We both got that one wrong. A little disappointed, a little shaky on the Seahawks, who I've been incredibly high on all year.
Impressed with the Ravens, though.
Yeah. Let's move on to the Sunday night game. Let's not try to spend 30 minutes on this one, but no promises.
Oh, we won't. There's no way.
The Cowboys slaughter the Eagles 37-10. Just dominate every facet of the game. I picked the Eagles. So happy to be wrong. You picked the Cowboys. Congratulations.
Yeah, dominating performance, man. Dominating performance. Zeke did his thing. Cooper, after I was super questionable on his health, didn't look like he was hurt at all.
Nope.
The defense finally showed up, man. That's the big takeaway for me. I did not think I had the Cowboys scoring 30 plus, and I had the Eagles scoring 30 plus. Eagles scored 10 points.
Man, it was just a slaughter.
Man, I mean, all the missing posters, we found D-Law.
Yep.
Jalen Smith was blitzing. We were blitzing Jordan Lewis off the edge. A lot of things we've been calling for, man, we saw. And if this could be a turning point in the season for us, man. I really believe that, and I'm starting to love this team again. I gotta be you gotta be ecstatic with what you saw. Dak, man, when Dak runs these touchdowns and flexes on everybody, man,
Yeah.
I feel on top of the world, bro. Like seriously. I mean, our own line looked good, and we know the Eagles secondary is bad,
Yeah.
but the front seven they got some players.
Oh, the O-line
And
completely neutralized that
We
Philadelphia.
didn't hear Fletcher Cox's name all game. We didn't hear Brandon Graham's name all game. Jalen Mills had a nice pick, but I think that was Dak like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I
Jalen
wanna
Mills sucks pee-pee, and he got pooped on a bunch this week.
right. And Cooper played his ass off. And we had a nice stretch of plays to Witten right there before the half was over. Maher's out doing his thing.
Holy shit, man.
Dude, I mean, if this is the direction we can keep going, I think we're right back in dangerous talks as being a dangerous team in this league.
Yeah. Maher, man. What the hell's going on, dude?
We know this division, man. It's us and the Eagles. And if the Eagles look like that and we look like this, we're winning the division.
No, I'm sorry. Like, I know there's a lot of football left. I just do not see a way the Eagles win this division. I don't. They are horrible. Like, they're bad. Why? The Eagles had a nice win against the Packers. Their other two wins are the Redskins and the Jets with Luke Falk.
And the Falcons beat them. That's their one win.
The Redskins were up 17-0.
The Falcons beat them.
The Falcons beat them, yes.
I mean, the Jets beat us.
Can we talk about one thing that I think is becoming more clear as the season goes on? I think a lot of people are actually starting to lean this way. Honestly, at least I noticed this after the game from like non-Cowboys fans who are mentioning this. Carson Wentz has to be the most overrated player in the NFL right now.
I probably agree.
He has to be. Well, first and foremost, it sounds like his own team hates his guts. I don't really buy into these reports all the time, but this is the second time the reports have came out that
they don't
Eagles
seem to rally
doesn't
around
like
him. They don't seem to rally around him.
No, do you remember? I think it was last year there were reports that people in the Eagles locker room did not like him.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, no, it's just some bullshit report. And then there were reports last week that came out that said people don't like the Eagles team does not like this offense with Carson Wentz.
Dude, and I'm watching some of these highlights from this game, and we used Tavon in that little pitch play to start the game.
Oh, yeah, that was
That's
nice.
a hell of a play. I mean, when we can get creative like this, we do this play action at the goal line where we have Jarwin being the most wide open player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And Chris Collinsworth had said that. He said that might have been the most wide open player of all time.
Well, you know Collinsworth.
I know, but I thought that
He's very exact. He really likes to embellish things.
Yeah.
That's the most wide open. That's the best throw. That's the best catch.
But this is the kind of performance that this team needed.
I agree.
And especially when we talked about all the injury concerns that we had going into this game, and we were really spooked, and this was the game that if the Eagles won, we'd blow it up.
Yes, I agree.
This is a huge performance.
And I know I shit on the team. I shit on the team all the time. I'm hard on the team. Nothing makes me more happy than beating the Eagles, though.
Oh,
and I'm right back to being a delusional Cowboys fan. We're going all the way, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
But man, if this team can just but here's the thing that does scare me. Jason Garrett, anytime we really start questioning his job, he does seem to come out and the team plays well.
Well, let's just keep doing it then.
Yeah.
Because let's just, hey, Garrett, fucking Super Bowl or nothing. How about that? How about that?
And we always play the Eagles really well. But man, 4 turnovers.
And Dak hasn't lost against Carson Wentz. I think he personally takes that.
He's lost one.
Huh? He's lost one?
Yeah.
I thought he was undefeated.
No. Zeke is undefeated.
Oh, Zeke's undefeated?
Zeke is undefeated. But there was that one game 2 years ago where Zeke was suspended, Tyron Smith was hurt, and the Eagles looked like world beaters, and we got stomped.
Okay, yeah.
But okay,
that's the year they won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, that's the year they won the Super Bowl. Speaking of the year they won the Super Bowl, I want everyone to put their tinfoil hats on with me. We're going to do a deep dive here. And there's conspiracy around the league to hype up Carson Wentz. There has to be. Because this dude is the most overrated player in the NFL.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I'm going to do a deep dive here. Let's just talk about last week, week 7 of the NFL season. 4th worst accuracy rating. Inaccurate. He's been inaccurate all year. I just do not see this PFF rating he gets every week. Okay, 33% accuracy rating on deep balls, 3rd worst. You want to know the quarterbacks he's sitting towards the bottom with this past week? They're quarterback savants like Josh Allen. Mitch Trubisky, Andy Dalton, some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Everyone says this is the biggest argument I see whenever I see the Dak Carson Wentz argument. Well, Carson just elevates his team. How exactly does he do that? I'm interested in knowing. Let's deep dive. Yeah. Rookie season, 62% completion, 16 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 14 fumbles. 7 of them lost. We had 21 total turnovers, 79 pass rating. Really not bad for a rookie, honestly, if you want to be honest. Kind of stats that I think Daniel Jones probably finishes with a similar stat line. That just kind of seems like the same player. 7-9 record. Not horrible for a rookie, if we're being honest. Second year. Looks like he's having an MVP season. To be fair to him, it does. 60% completion, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks. I mean, that's really solid. 9 fumbles, 4 losses, 11 turnovers, 101 pass rating, 11-2 till he got hurt. What happened when he got hurt, though, everyone? You remember. Foles came in, led the team to a Super Bowl championship.
Probably the best thing that ever happened to them.
Yeah, and so Carson Wentz elevates his team? Okay, well, let's move on. Third year, last year. He's hurt to start the season. Misses the first 2 games. Eagles go 1-1, whatever. He comes back. 69% completion rating. That's good. 31 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's pretty solid. 9 fumbles, 5 of them lost. So he had 14 total turnovers, 102 pass rating. That's good. 5-6, though, with him as the quarterback. The team, when he got hurt, when he got shut down, they were 6-7. Looked like they were out of the playoffs. Remember, they lost to the Cowboys for the second time. It looked like they were done. What does Foles do? Comes in, wins 3 in a row. They go to the playoffs. Foles wins a playoffs game. This year, they're 3-4. So tell me really exactly how is Carson Wentz elevating this team so much?
Yep.
26-21 with him as a starting quarterback, 8-10 the last 2 seasons. Can someone tell me? Could someone tweet me or something?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, this dude's so overrated. I hate it.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think you're speaking facts.
I mean, I'm always speaking facts.
Facts. Except when you pick the Falcons.
Oh, yeah, that was the worst. Except on picks. Picks, I'm not speaking facts. Pick against, just go against what I'm saying. But, dude, Dak, oh, my God.
How you feeling? How you feeling about him?
God, I'm such a fucking
He's our quarterback, man.
I'm such a hypocrite. I'm such an emotional fan.
Yeah.
So
we all are. We all get caught up in it.
I wanna tell everyone I'm not responsible for anything I say regarding the Cowboys. I'm not. I'm very reactionary. I give a lot of hot takes. I'm very passionate about the Cowboys.
Yep.
So I say dumb shit. Dak Prescott though, 96% accuracy rating. Best in the NFL this week. 96%. He's the most accurate passer in the NFL this year. Say whatever you want about him. I'm just saying I'm just saying stats, guys.
Yep. Numbers.
That's the stats.
Yep.
It's not the eye test that Carson Wentz has.
Yeah.
Well, the eye tests. Well, PFF told me that Carson Wentz had a 90 grade. Kenny Stills had a 100 grade. Kenny Stills, Carson Wentz, best quarterback in the NFL. Kenny Stills,
this just seemed like a week where the coaching staff stepped up.
Yeah, I agree. I was really impressed by what I saw.
Seriously.
But
can we be this motivated every week, please, God?
I know. Like it's the duality of the Cowboys.
Why do we have to play down the competition? Like
it's the duality of the Cowboys.
Stop bullshitting. Smack every team.
You come out and look horrendous against the Jets, and then a week later, this is how you play. Yeah. You can see how it's frustrating.
Because we went off last week. I know I went off.
I mean, yeah, we look like shit. I was pissed off. Like all these Cowboys players, like, don't tweet us positive stuff now if you weren't last week. It's like, dude, shut up. Y'all got embarrassed by the Jets. Yeah. Like we're gonna tweet you negative shit. I'm trying to think. Do I have anything else I want to say? That is the Ezekiel Elliott we paid right there.
Yep.
Man, he looked good.
Yep. Amari looked like a guy I wanted to pay.
Yeah,
I didn't want to pay him.
That's just the Cowboys. It's week to week. What the hell are you gonna get? Because the schedule gets tough.
Yeah.
So are we gonna play like this? Or are we
looking at this like, wow, we're gonna win the division, like, or we can just coast the rest of the year? Like, no, fucking shit on teams. Like, play well.
I'm hoping this was like a see what happens when you come ready to play and play to your potential. See what happens.
Garrett's fucking doing his little shove with guys and stuff.
I mean, when Garrett's you want to root for Garrett because he's such a good guy, and like this is. Really, players every now and then come out, old players, and say bad shit about Garrett, but almost all of them love playing for Jason Garrett.
Right.
Because he's a good player coach. Yeah. X and O is just where things go wrong, but still.
But
Zeke made 10.
the defense needs to play like this.
Yeah, I
At the
agree.
least, the defense needs to not play games with teams. You can't
More
just let
turnovers.
teams. Yeah.
That's what we have to do.
But you saw the blitzing. That's all that. We're
Yeah,
not sitting back in the times we did sit back in zone. What happened? We got picked apart by tight ends.
Yeah.
You
And
can't. The bullshit sit back shit does not work for us. We
it
gotta
doesn't work
stop
for
it.
any teams.
Yeah,
It feels
really,
like anytime we see a team play the soft ass defense, it doesn't work
nope.
almost every time. But okay, I do want to say this about Zeke because we've been really hard on him. So I do want to give him as many flowers as possible. He made 10 people miss. He evaded 10 tackles on Sunday night, the most in the NFL this past week. More than
All season.
more than he's had all season combined.
Yep.
So that is a Zeke we paid.
Yep.
And maybe, just maybe, if we want to give Zeke a real benefit of the doubt, he wasn't there at training camp. You figure 4 weeks of preseason usually. So this would be around the time, if you want to say the first 4 weeks of the season were like preseason to him, this would be like week 2 or week 3, technically for Zeke. And that's around the time he picks it up. Because
And the O-line looked healthy. I mean,
yeah, Tyron Smith had some iffy moments, but
couple moments.
All in all, the O-line played really well.
Obviously, you want him out there over fucking Fleming.
Yeah, 100%.
And this is what I like too in the stat line. Tony Pollard 8 carries.
Yeah.
Regardless of yards, I mean, he had that nice 11-yard run where
That was crazy.
Stick him out there, and it's like, holy shit, this guy's good.
I really like Pollard.
Man,
he's good.
I mean, but it's just nice to see some of these numbers and some of the creative plays, and then the defense, and then the kicking. It's like that's what you need to be a Super Bowl contender. Is all
But
these
isn't
things.
it frustrating though?
It is. Oh,
Because it's like, dude, it's guys. You've seen it. This is how we win football games. Cowboys coaches, it's right there for you. Run the ball with Pollard. Get Pollard involved. Run the play action. Pass a bunch. Get Dak running.
Yep.
Let Amari,
especially in the red zone.
Yeah, dude, Dak in the red zone running the ball is a nightmare for teams.
Oh my! And then we had the best QB sneak I've ever seen.
What the hell was that?
Oh my god!
Dak gets like 8 yards on a QB sneak.
Yeah, I was like, holy.
Man, I loved rewatching this game because I had to go back and rewatch it because there was a fucking tornado in Dallas during the game, and they kept cutting the game.
And we had our fantasy basketball draft.
Oh, we had our fantasy basketball draft. There were tornadoes on the ground in the area. At first, I was like, all right, dude, get off my TV because I was getting really pissed off. And then they were talking about, oh, there's a tornado touchdown. I was like, word? So I kept like changing the channel to like other news stations that are actually talking because I was actually really concerned.
And we were comfortable like with the game flow.
Yeah, that's true.
The game, so
man,
that's what you want, man. So you got to feel good, but still,
the thing is
still have your reserves. I think
if we won by a touchdown, if we won by a field goal, I'm happy, but I still have my questions.
No, but look, what did I have this game? Like 38-34?
Yeah.
Cowboys score, I got right. Guess what I didn't get right? Our defense actually stepping up.
Yeah.
So, and I'm happy about that, obviously.
37-10, man. That was just a dominating game on every – man.
100%. I know they didn't have Jason Peters, but we only had 3 sacks. But it was like other facets, like the blitzing, the takeaways.
The takeaways, man.
Yeah.
4. Wow.
That's huge.
Felt really good.
Dude, those the Jordan Lewis blitzes were fantastic.
Oh, that was crazy.
Those were fantastic.
I feel like corner blitzes almost always work.
Man, they work for us.
But
I mean, we were sending Jalen through the line. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I understand having to maybe put one linebacker in coverage, but damn, man, you got to blitz that guy.
I mean, this just has to be a game you build off of.
Yes.
Has to be a game you build off of.
Hopefully Quinn isn't too hurt.
Yeah, that would suck. I didn't even know he got hurt. I don't know what that was.
It's like a broken rib, dude.
Same with Leighton.
What does he got?
Well, it was like a neck injury or something. I think he's going to be all right, but still.
I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, Doug Peterson.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Fuck you. All right, let's move on.
Let's do it.
Let's, I mean, really, Monday Night Football, you have anything really to say about this? 33-0?
Dude, seeing ghosts out there?
Sam Darnold sees ghosts sometimes.
Super concerning. Yeah,
that's not something you want to say in the middle of the game, dude.
Yeah, what?
That's really not something you should say. Hey, guys,
seeing ghosts out there, guys. What? Mono ghosts? What kind of ghosts are they?
Put Luke Falk back in the game, man.
God. But yeah, the Patriots dominating. I was hoping the Jets were going to show up and make us look better, but they got destroyed. So
yeah, same. In fantasy, I needed the Patriots defense not to look like the Patriots defense, but
did they end up beating you?
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, that feels bad. Well, yeah, there's really not a lot to say, man. Patriots are gonna be this until we see a team actually test them, and when that will be, I have no idea.
You think Baker Mayfield's not throwing 6 interceptions against this defense? Come on, guys.
Dude, they're gonna score 3 touchdowns against them on defense.
Baker's gonna have 8 interceptions in that game alone.
Oh
You
man.
really think Baker's not gonna turn the ball over 20 times? Patriots have double the interceptions of the second place team in interceptions. Devin McCourtney has more interceptions than 12 teams.
God.
It's not even fun. I said that it was kind of fun because it kind of is when defenses do that, but this wasn't fun.
Last night was not fun.
I didn't even finish the game. I'll be honest with you guys. There might have been something really cool to talk about in the second half.
I didn't finish the first half.
Awful. Jets. This is a Jets.
And now they get Sanu.
Yeah, now they have Mohamed Sanu.
I think that's a nice pickup for them, man. I've never thought Sanu got the opportunities he should get in Atlanta because of obviously the other talent around him. He's gonna be the number 1 receiver there.
He's gonna be throwing passes there.
Can you imagine the red zone target he's gonna be there? I mean, and then that's gonna open up more for Edelman.
I still think Edelman is the number 1 in terms of target share, but
oh yeah, but I'm saying as far as you have your number 1 receiver lined up on the outside, and that's gonna be Sanu.
Yeah. Patriots look like fucking world beaters, really. I don't know. It's just so hard, really, to judge them because their schedule's been so laughably bad.
I guess they play the Ravens in 2 weeks. That could be a decent test. It'll be a bigger test for the Ravens, I guess.
Yeah, they play. I mean,
that'll be a big game.
Just
as far as, yeah.
If the Browns were what we all thought they were going to be, this would have been a fun game, but it's going to be a shit fest.
I'd be surprised if it was close.
Same. But Ravens, Sunday Night Football in Baltimore,
that'll be a big game.
And then in Philly.
And then at Philly, and then what? At New England.
Yeah, for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But at Philly, I mean, that could be a dangerous one.
It could be interesting, but from what we're seeing.
Yeah, but you would have to think that maybe at that point, what's that, 3 weeks from now? No, 4 weeks from now, because the Patriots have a bye.
Cowboys game?
No, the Eagles game, because the Patriots have a bye, so that game's in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I guess 3 weeks now, but I don't know. No, 4 weeks. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. But anyways, that the Eagles are probably playing for their season at that point.
Right.
But we'll see. World Series?
World Series, man. Go Astros. I'm rooting for them at this point.
Go Nationals. I'm never going to root for a Houston sports team.
I find it hard not to. I love Altuve, man. I'm a short second baseman growing up all the way, and you see this guy hitting bombs to win games.
Yeah, that's true.
Love him.
Nothing really to say. I'm rooting for the Nats.
Yeah, I mean, you said it's going to be a great pitching matchups. That's exactly what it's going to be. So who can get the bigger hits? And I think the Astros will.
I think the Astros win, but I'm rooting for the Nats.
Okay, that's fair.
That's really all. That's all I got on baseball.
What are we going to do for NBA? How do you kind of want to start the season off after the season starts tonight?
We'll talk about the games tonight.
Okay.
And then we'll do like some award predictions.
Okay. I like it.
So that'll be tomorrow.
So subscribe, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
Leave comments. Hey, go to YouTube, leave comments, like and subscribe on YouTube. And once we get video going, YouTube will be a lot more lit.
Yeah, we're going to get video going soon.
Yep.
But I got to lose some weight.
You're good, bro.
All right, guys.
It's like you saying I got to get taller.
What's that supposed to mean, bro? You saying I can't lose weight?
No, we believe in you, bro.
Thanks, brother. All right. Hope you guys have a good Tuesday. Talk to you guys tomorrow. If you listen to the NBA podcast, see you tomorrow. If you don't listen to the NBA podcast, listen to it. And if not, we'll see you on Thursday for our picks. All right, guys. See ya.
Later.